Hi everyone, Janet Boyer here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, good to see you. It's been a few days, literally, maybe a week or more, art related anyway. I'm excited because I am finally getting around to making a Gustav Klimt junk journal. Now I've had a lot of these supplies literally for a few years. And still in their containers, but I thought I would do some flip throughs and show you some of the cool stuff I have. Now, when it comes to like cutting up art books, it pains me. So I get them in duplicate or triplicate. I got these from thriftbooks.com at a really good price. I think it was like under $5. So I didn't feel too bad. I'm not going to feel too bad cutting one of them up. But it's so cool because, you could cut these out and make pockets or, journaling cards, ephemera, make a collage. I mean, isn't that cool? It's just so beautiful. And then, of course, there's the history. So if you want to learn about, Gustav Klimt. And just today, I found out from a colleague on Substack that his lifelong mate was a dress designer, and I think her name was Emily. It was an unusual name, Emily something that has two. She has two dots over her O in the last name. I want to say Loge, but I don't think that's correct. I was going to look to see if they had what her name was, because I'm sure I would think that she would have been a model, but nope, I don't see anything. But yeah, so it's really cool to learn about stuff, and I don't know if they would mention about his relationship. But anyway, art books are the coolest things that you could get from thrift books if you're making collage, junk journals, or things like that. In fact, I'm thinking about making a series of Klimt ATCs. I was going to make some more bee-related, but then I looked at these ATCs I prepared the backs for, and I was like, oh my gosh, these would make good Klimt ATCs. So I made this with some Tim Holtz spray. I think it was in mustard seed. And what else did I use? For the real sparkly ones, I did Pixie Sparkle Highlights by Cosmic Shimmer. You put it on, you add water, and it gets lots of sparkle. This one doesn't have pigment, it's just the sparkle itself. And so then I did these two in watercolor, and I did these on black, I don't know if it was black cardstock, I guess. Yeah. And obviously it shows up a little bit different on black than white. But I thought, oh, that is so cool. So I can get out my Amsterdam light gold acrylic ink. I haven't used it yet. I got it from Hobby Lobby. And my husband put it in one of these for me. So it's like one of those narrow tips where, so if you were gonna, just kind of drizzle it or make some mixed media or abstract. I think I learned this trick from Denise Love. She's on here on YouTube. And other things I have that I think I might use for the journal and or ATCs is look at these gorgeous colors. I love golds and browns, which you probably heard me say before. So, and I love liquid pearls. They dry so beautiful. So I got copper pearl, marigold, and this is, what's this called? Oh, it doesn't say. Nope, but it's pretty. So I thought any of those would work, and plus stickles, because stickles. So I thought I would show you my Klimt related stuff. Stamps, stencils, all sorts of things. Now I'll do my stencils first. Like I said, these have not been used, so I'm excited to finally use these. I got this from Stamperia. I think it's connected to Klimt. It doesn't say Klimt on it, but it looks very Klimty. So I'm thinking that I must have bought this when I bought the other stuff that's from Stamperia. So that's a cool stencil. Then there's these huge stencils, which I didn't realize they were this big, but I got these from joggles.com. I think these are Elizabeth St. Hilaire's Klimt stencils, I believe. So you can kind of see they're pretty huge. So there's this. Yeah, real big. She works on big canvases. I don't, but it might be interesting to do sometime. And I was in a Klimt mood, but apparently not so much to make for myself. But hey, there's a time and a season for everything, right? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like a Klimt curtain. So you could use these on smaller things. It's just the scale's kind of large, so it's kind of made for like bigger things. But aren't those gorgeous? Okay. Then I found this. I had this too. I had a bunch of different artists. I have like Monet, Van Gogh, Klimt, I can't remember who else. And I was like, oh my god, Klimt stickers, really? So I got these I've never used, and it has like the name of the painting, and of course Klimt. So I thought, those might be interesting to add to like journaling cards, or to an ATC that has a cool backing. Let's see what else we got. Oh, these, look how gorgeous. I don't need to take them out because, well, you know what rubber stamps look like. But the cool thing is, when you have this, you can use one of those, what are those called? Minty misty things. I have a cheap version where you figure out where you want your stamp, and if it's small enough, you can kind of center it. It sticks, and then you can like do your stamps more than once. I just started using mine. I used to do it by hand, but if you might know already, if you do it by hand, sometimes you risk not getting an even, crisp, clean stamp. So I guess like people who make cards probably use those more than just, you know, us mixed media people who aren't as concerned about precision. Or maybe you are. But I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to use these. Can you imagine with a beautiful dark brown, and then do some gold highlights and what have you? This looks like it's part of that Tree of Life painting. Just yummy. Can't wait to use it. It looks like high quality. They say it's high definition, and I believe it. Okay, what are these? Okay, these are different cards. Now, I don't know if these are actually part of the big paper series, which I will show you. Sometimes I accidentally buy something, not realizing it's a duplicate. Because sometimes from these different companies online, like a Cherry on Top, or I assume scrapbook.com, maybe Joggles, things like that, you can buy like individual papers from a series. And sometimes I don't realize it comes with like the big pack, and I end up buying it. But oh wow, look at that. It almost looks 3D. Art is a line around your thoughts. Really pretty. So they got all these. Ooh, oh my. Oh, that looks so cool. And a junk journal. Okay, now I'm getting excited. Like I said, I hadn't opened these. Bookmark, what? That is another reason I haven't been making art videos, because I've been reading a lot. I subscribe to Book of the Month Club, if you've ever heard of that. And I'm like getting back to finally reading fiction. For the longest time, I didn't read it because, as a former editor, an author myself, I would just be so critical of all the mistakes and things. But so I'm rediscovering the joy of reading fiction. Oh, the kiss. Look, a card. You can send this as is to somebody. Oh, that's gorgeous. So I've been reading a lot and just kind of in a more reflective mood. Hadn't felt all sherry. You know how that comes, you know, you artsy folks. You know how sometimes you feel introverted, which is kind of funny because I'm a flaming extrovert. Just so gorgeous. You can turn that into 2 cards. And so, yeah, I've been reading good fiction. I'm reading this cool book called The Other Valley with a fascinating premise. It's these valleys, and the valley on either side is separated by 20 years in the future, 20 years in the past. And it's about by a guy who has a PhD in philosophy. So you could tell he's thought deeply, but it doesn't feel dry. You know, it's not like Ayn Rand writing The Fountainhead in, you know, her putting her philosophy in like 100 some words, and you're like, oh my God. You could tell he knows his philosophy and of terms of meaning meaning and what would happen if you go in the past. Would you try to change the past? And his prose is exquisite. I think his name's Scott Alexander or something. I should have brought the book, but I didn't want it to be a book show and tell. But if you're interested in what I'm reading and what I like, let me know in the comments below. And hell, maybe I'll do some bookish related ones, because many of us artist types are also into books. So anyway, that one is just captivating. I mean, I just sometimes will read a sentence or a paragraph and I'll just stop and just chew on it and then go back and reread it, and it's just mouth-watering. I should go back and write down some of the phrases that just really strike me, because I'm sorry, but it's really hard to come across really good writing. It really is. And to come across this was just like, oh, this is wonderful. So anyway, decoupage paper, which I think is the same as like a tissue paper and rice paper, I guess. I don't know. I don't really use these much, but I thought I would try it. So if you have any tips or tricks for me about how to use decoupage papers, and if they're the same as rice papers, and what to do with them. I mean, I assume you like can cut them up and use like a gel medium, correct? But look at these cool circles. Those would be cool. And then I have one that's replication of some of those cards. So, and then let us get to some of the papers. Like I said, I did not even take these out of the plastic, so it's like discovering them with you. I'm really excited. It's so weird how sometimes you put things to the side, and my God, it's been so long since I bought these. It's practically cemented. And then you finally get in the mood for it. You know, it's weird. Life's like that. Okay, so this is 10 double-faced sheets. So we'll look at this together. So this looks like a mini of the other things. Oh my God. Are not these colors just mouth-watering? I mean, my God. Oh, I don't usually like black in my art. I know that sounds weird, but like I'll be watching a fellow mixed media person on YouTube, and once I see that they use a lot of black, I usually unsub from their channel. I don't know. Especially when they're doing like the bright pinks, bright, you know, mint and greens and stuff. And then they start the black, and I'm like, oh my God, gag. And my son laughs at my reaction. I just have this aversion to black. I never use it in my art unless I'm doing a Gothic journal. But even then, it's usually just like a black background. And then I add stuff to it and some grays and, of course, blood spatter. But this is an exception. It's just so yummy. You almost can see gold on it, even though it's, you know, anyway, I love it. I love Klimt's use of black. Not many others, like Jackson Pollock and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, gag. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I mean, even this, I don't mind that at all. I don't know, maybe it's because there's golds and browns and then some of the white lightens it up. I don't know, but that I can definitely handle. Oh, guys. Isn't this sumptuous? Doesn't this make you want to do a Klimt journal? Don't lie. No lying. Okay. And of course, when I finish one, I will definitely show it to you guys. But I really think I'm going to do some ATCs to just kind of get warmed up. Okay, and here's that. Whoa, this is like a big old 12 by 12er. You know, it's going to take up the whole. Oh, but isn't that yummy? I mean, you could do so much with a 12 by 12, right? You can make covers for journals and mixed media pieces and ATCs and probably birthday cards if you do stuff like that. And, oh, yum, yum, yum. I love the use of like aqua in there too. Oh, speaking of, oh, it almost looks 3D. Like you can almost feel like, is that metal? No, it isn't. Oh, it almost makes me want to experiment. I have like acrylics, but I don't do much painting. I mean, that's usually my husband's domain. But he's been encouraging me to branch out, and I get so freaked out. Like I tried to do some watercolor paintings and they're kind of cool, but they're just weird. And so I cut them up and made some cool ATCs, which I didn't share on here. Sorry about that. But I made cool nebula ATCs. Man, it's a shame I didn't show you guys because it was pretty damn cool if I do say so myself. And then I made some aquatic. So, sorry, sometimes I'm just not in the mood. And then I end up trading them on my cool Facebook group that I belong to. And God, if I stopped and recorded every single thing I made, you know, you guys would probably get tired of me then. So, sorry. But if you want to see my ATCs, more of my ATCs, let me know in the comments. And I will promise that I will actually show you. Oh, and then I made a series of transportation ones. Yep, didn't show those either. Naughty me, naughty me. Sometimes we just have other priorities, right, guys? And sometimes I just don't feel like being chatty. I'm sorry. I mean, as extroverted as I am, sometimes I just feel like doing stuff for me, you know, and not sharing it with the whole freaking world. Look at this. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. You could even make bookmarks with these. Put them, you know, cut them out and glue them. A sturdy base. Like Michael's has both off-white and white bookmark blanks. They're not like watercolor though, so if you try to like do watercolor and things on that, you're not going to have good success. But I mean, like for, you know, your own reading, I don't know about you, but I have tons and tons of bookmarks. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to just cut that out, glue it on a blank, and boom, get yourself some pretty bookmarks. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. Anybody else have their mouth water when they look at certain colors or something? I know that's weird, but I don't know. Just so yummy. I guess it's the time in the season, guys. I'm getting super excited. So don't forget, you guys, sorry for the loud crinkle. If you have tips and tricks for what to do with the decoupage papers, and if they're the same as the raised papers, please let me know in the comments below. Need your help. I mean, like I said, I'm assuming you do gel medium to affix it, but I mean, I'm not sure. And I hope you are enjoyed looking through all my yummies. And if you're inspired to do a Klimt journal, let me know. If you know some interesting facts about him, let me know about that too. Sometimes I feel like I miss my calling as a art historian or something. I just love art and everything about art and how they make paint and how they do different techniques and, you know, printmaking or what have you, collage, you name it, different substrates, different tools. I'm excited, guys. Not that you can tell. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend that's coming up. Stay safe. Stay cool. Unless you're in Australia, I assume it's like starting winter there, but I would assume it's still probably warm there. And make sure to take time out for yourself. And don't feel guilt for making art or doing things just for you. You do not have to go on YouTube and tell everybody about it, because I don't, so you don't have to either. Okay? All right. Well, you guys take care. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.